Boorman was in the American Army. He was young and he was fit and he's disappeared from the projector. There we go. Specifically, he was in the paratroopers. So he would parachute in over enemy lines and get into the fight. And if you're flying through the middle of the air and the enemy's watching, you probably want to get down on the ground as soon as possible so you don't get shot out of the air. Now if you'd noticed, Arthur had a nice big backpack and a nice big gun. So if you're jumping out of a plane, you're heavy enough as it is, and you've got this extra weight to carry. Now, does anyone ever remember as a kid, maybe jumping out of a tree or jumping off a garage roof? Jumping somewhere high where you thought, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. That was probably Arthur, but also with a backpack and a big heavy gun. Now the problem is, jumping out of a plane, is it damages your legs and your back. Each time you hit the ground, you're going to a little bit of damage. Now a paratrooper has to do so many jumps during a year. Each time, a little bit of damage. And they've only got a certain shelf life in the army. So when Arthur went to Desert Storm, the cumulative damage in his body meant he couldn't perform anymore in the army. He was medically discharged. He chose to become a special needs teacher, which is a meaningful profession, but not being able to do the physical things anymore led him to a depression. He started to eat, started to put weight on. Because of the damage to his body, he needed to wear knee braces, a back brace, and canes to walk. He was told by the doctors he would never walk unaided again. He ballooned to about 300 pounds, which is just over 21 stone. He suffered from sleep apnea, so I believe it's where you stop breathing in the middle of the night. He was at high risk of cardiac arrest and of high blood pressure. Things were so bad he couldn't dress himself. His wife would spend 30 minutes every morning dressing him. What was he to do? He believed to lose weight he needed to exercise, and especially use his legs, probably running or cycling or swimming. But none of this he could do because of his condition. He did see yoga teachers though, and he thought, maybe I could do yoga. But every time he approached a yoga instructor, they said, I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you. Enter Diamond Dallas Page. Now if you don't know, Diamond Dallas Page was an American wrestler. Anybody used to watch WWF? WWE, WCW, all the American wrestling things. Now he didn't start wrestling until he was a bit older in life. And similarly like being a paratrooper, you take damage. And it didn't take long for him to rupture the discs in his spine and his neck. He thought his career was over. His wife, Kimberly, suggested he went to yoga. Don't go to yoga. Yoga's for girls. What other choice do you have? So he went. Surprisingly, he got good health benefits from it. He started to do yoga. But he did still believe traditional yoga was for girls. So what he did, he built a business called DDP Yoga, Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. And he put in press-ups and sit-ups, a bit more calisthenics. And he also put it on DVD. He made yoga for regular guys. And one night, Arthur Boorman, while being rejected at all these yoga instructors, found Diamond Dallas Page doing yoga with regular guys. Here's my DVD. So he purchased it and tried it at home. Now the one benefit that Diamond Dallas Page with his yoga did, he brought in the chair. None of the other yoga instructors suggested you use a chair. If you could struggle to do the standard basic movement, he made it easier. He lost weight. He started to lose the weight. Every morning he'd get up, he'd do the DVD session, and over a period of time, he started to lose the weight. Now, Diamond Dallas Page didn't have many customers when he first started off, so he would contact each one individually and ask for some feedback. He contacted Arthur. Arthur shared some pictures and videos of him and told him his backstory. Diamond felt he needed to help Arthur. So he also introduced a diet plan, eating organic meat and organic vegetables, cut out all the other things. Arthur kept trying. This was Arthur trying to do a headstand and falling over and failing. But he did, after that, say, I might not be able to do it today, but that doesn't mean I can't do it someday. He then lost weight. He lost 140 pounds in 10 months. That's 10 stone in 10 months. As well as the weight benefits or loss benefits, what was he told back at the beginning of the story? You will never walk unaided again. Arthur walked unaided. He even did a little bit more. Arthur could now run. Nobody expected that. Arthur did what doctors told him was impossible. All he did was find somebody to help him and took one step at a time. Each day he tried to get better than the previous day. Just marginally. No big extreme leaps, just a little bit better. And over a period of time, at the beginning, he could barely stand on his own 2 feet unaided. Afterwards, he could stand on his own head. As well as the weight loss, and as well as being able to walk again, look at how much younger and vital he looks. Arthur's story is a story of inspiration to show that that what apparently is impossible might just be possible. For all the members here this evening, I sent you an email about 6:30 this evening before the meeting. You all have the YouTube video of Arthur's story. You have the original version, you have the extended version, and you also have a YouTube video of Diamond Dallas Page talking to Joe Rogan and giving even more information. If you want to listen to an inspiring story, and if you possibly want to go on an emotional journey and have a little cry before bed, I recommend you watch the video. Mr. Toastmaster. If Mr. Timekeeper put a minute on the clock and some feedback for the third speaker, please. Thank you, Mr. Timekeeper. I mentioned earlier we have impromptu speaking, which we call table topics. Tonight, Our table topics master, who will be running it, is Kamalika. I'd like to invite Kamalika to explain it and encourage you to participate. Kamalika.
Good evening. Before I talk about table topics, I'm going to take the liberty to talk a little bit following Paul's speech. Just 3 information. Yoga actually in India was devised as an exercise, a tool for exercise for young men, and of course when they grew up as well, for men's fitness, traditionally not for women. Secondly, all you need to do yoga is to be able to breathe. If you are breathing, then you can do yoga. And thirdly, there is actually, just 5 minutes from where we are now, there is a yoga center, excellent teachers, and they actually have on their timetable yoga for men classes. And I've often wondered, what is that? Why is that any different? But I've never been able to explore that, so I encourage anyone who's interested to try those yoga for men classes. So now back to table topics.